someone who grew up a Cowboy fan and Jimmy going in the Ring of Honor at halftime on Saturday, just growing up watching them, just finally kind of tying a bow on that and bringing everybody together, just the significance of that for this franchise.
Yeah, awesome. Honestly, well overdue. Just in that sense that you said, growing up watching them. Grew up a Cowboys fan, but I didn't watch the Jimmy Johnson days. But understanding.
Too young.
Too young. Yeah. But obviously, growing up a Cowboys fan, knowing the history, knowing everything that he accomplished, honestly, in a short time. Overdue, and I'm just glad that it's happening. It'll be a great night, obviously, for the game, but I know halftime will be special for those that get to watch and everybody that'll be there and really all the Cowboys Nation.
When you hear about the way that Jimmy used to coach his teams, it was tough at times. How do you think he would have responded as quarterback?
Enjoyed it. I'm all for tough coaching. I think it's necessary. At times, depending on who you're coaching, I think it's first and foremost, right, you got to know your players. And so as we all kind of can look back into that history, I think they needed that. And so it's what got it done. And, I would enjoy it.
What's the mindset? 2 straight losses. You hadn't lost back-to-back games in 2001. Now you're kind of 2 straight losses. What's the mood, mindset in this locker room?
Pissed for sure. But this resilient, I guess, to answer that and understanding that one was close. Got away from us, obviously, on the road. Could have been a good one, particularly saying the road right against a playoff team. And just didn't get it done. But it's just been about for everybody to be accountable, look themselves in the mirror, say what more can I do individually, and then understanding if we do that, commit to that collectively, we'll continue to get better and we'll get over this, no doubt about it.
Do you think there's any more that you can do individually right now?
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to go back and take you through each play for the most part, and even on good plays, there's things that I feel like I could do better, and that's kind of what I've always been. I know numbers and I know things kind of say I'm playing well and that, but to me, a quarterback's judged off of wins and losses. So if it's a loss, I could have done more one way or another. Trying to make a play here or there, getting out of trouble here or there, whatever it may be. And I'm going to continue to critique my game that way.
With that being said, how do you digest the fact that you guys did have that 17-play drive to go ahead and take the lead? How do you bring that into this week, and how do you put that in the picture frame?
Yeah, that was a huge drive. Great drive. The last time that this group's been on the field, so I think that's one way that you pull that confidence from one week to another. And honestly, the drive before that didn't get in the end zone, but kind of drew the line in the sand. Thankful for our defense gave us an opportunity even late in the game that drawing that line said we're going to score, we're going to go do this, and giving our team a chance. That was a lot of confidence in such a drive that we needed, getting down in the red zone, having the penalties. Fortunately, obviously, they were holding, but and then taking more shots at it in the red zone and guys making big catches, showing up, and it'll be a lot that we take from that. But as I said, the last time we were on the field, we know we accomplished that.
I don't know if I've used this phrase before, but I'll throw it at you. How would you rate the correctability factor of your mistakes that you guys have been making? How correctable are the mistakes that you guys
Oh,
have
very, 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 very. Yeah. You almost got me with that one, but very much so. We credit the schedule that we have here, but in the same sense, we've got to do more, and that's why I said it's looking yourself in the mirror and being accountable, and I don't mean that from the coach's standpoint, from the players individually, and using your time to make sure that you're investing into this game, into this team, into the goal that we collectively have. And so that's taking extra time to watch that film, taking extra time to go through the drawings, the calls, maybe the alignments on defense, whatever it may be. Maybe it's alignments or blitzes on the special teams unit, whatever it may be, finding a way to do more. And we know what we want to go at. And right now, we got two more weeks, I guess you can say, is promised. And after that, we've got to sacrifice. So we've got to be willing to sacrifice now, understanding that we should be playing with the backs against the wall mentality right now to get ourselves ready.
What are some things you would like to see done in these final 2 weeks to go into the playoffs with that full potential mindset?
Yeah, just for offense particularly, is improve, as I said, off that last drive last time we were on the field, and give our defense, when they're holding a team like that and an offense like that, to field goals, reward them in touchdowns. So really just, I've talked about it well early in the league, the year, is just making sure that we take some big strides and get ourselves back going and the momentum in the right way, especially after these 2 weeks of using that confidence, that momentum, that trust, that brotherhood headed into what the year's all about.
The offense's efficiency at the goal line in terms of getting touchdowns in that situation is down this year. What do you make of just that area of the offense and not being able to get touchdowns at a consistent enough rate?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes in point with the mistakes being correctable. They're minor things, and when you're down there on the goal line, that's a short space. There's no time for that, and so things that will get cleaned up. Damn sure not going to panic when we're moving the ball down the field like that, and unfortunate things are happening, whether they be an MA or whether they be the turnover with the ball. We'll be better, and that's the things. We've got the people that are pissed off about it. When they make the mistake, when we as a unit make the mistake, it's not about, oh, well, he should have done this, he should have done that. That everybody looks themselves in the mirror first, owns up to it, and then we move forward from it. And then we honestly go back to those players, giving them confidence, showing that trust from the play caller side to me throwing the ball. Finish. Yeah, finish. Obviously, the focus and discipline starts it, but the finish. When you get down there, a lot of times it's the will. It's the factor of who wants it more. So finish.
Dak, after your fourth quarter touchdown, the last one, Miami, you had a chance to get Miami defensively off the field, hold them to a field goal, and probably get the ball back with about a minute and 30.
Yeah, I was hoping so.
Yeah, were you talking to your guys about, hey, Ray, we just had that touchdown.
Oh, I mean, from the time we came to the sideline, I mean, it was 3 minutes, I guess, at that time. So, yeah, I told them then, be ready to go do it again. We're not celebrating. Be ready to go put another drive together. Obviously, knowing that offense, knowing their abilities. And then once you got down, as you said, late in the game, was hoping that they were going to kick a field goal and leave some time on the clock. That was the mindset of not just me, but a lot of the other guys of understanding that we weren't done, the game wasn't done.
Tell me about your trust in Brandon Cooks to get that touchdown against Jalen Ramsey.
My trust is in Brandon Cooks. I mean, obviously, Jalen's a hell of a player, and to I guess your point of that, right, is maybe size, maybe leverage, but when your trust is what it is with somebody else, you don't care who's on the other side, and that's how I feel about these guys. Talked about it before, talked about a young Ferg, him coming up, different matchups, that when we're on the same page and they understand where I want to throw the ball, they know where it goes. There's not anybody, honestly, that I'm hesitant of, because I know at worst the ball's going to hit the ground, because that's the things we've communicated, and that's the jump that we've made, obviously, from last year.
Yeah, because teams have stayed away from him, and I don't know if you were conscious of him during the game or you just going to the guy that was open, but certainly when you needed it, it didn't matter where you were going with the ball, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, crucial time in the game. Can't shy away from guys because of that. That was my read. Brandon did a good job of beating his leverage, breaking his leverage down, and I knew if I put this ball in the back corner, a ball that we work on a lot, he was going to come down with it, and went and made a great catch and great coverage, to be honest. So, I mean, that was a bang-bang play, and two elite guys in this league going after the ball, and our guy just came up with it.
Fangio adjusted a little bit in the second and third after CD's first quarter. When you go back and look at the tape, I know you'd even said post-game, you said it was kind of weird that you guys didn't go to him. What stood out? Why do you think you weren't throwing in that direction, or did you see some missed opportunities when you went back?
I think a lot of factors played into that. They got the rush going a little bit, getting me off the spot. Obviously, we talked about them clouding the coverage to CD, putting more people to his side. Wasn't giving us quite as favorable looks as they were early in the game. And, I mean, that's credit to Fangio. As I said, the guy's been around for a long time. He's a hell of a play caller. And so he wasn't going to sit there and, as I said, allow CD to have a career day. But maybe at one or two I could say this or that. But overall, well done by them, and we just couldn't get out of our own way. And whether that was two drives starting backed up within the 5-yard line, that's never easy there. And credit to them.
So how do you adjust that so there's not that blueprint that Fangio referenced a couple of years ago so that other teams aren't?
Yeah, don't start backed up as much as we did. I think that helps for one, and then two, CD's ready to is just moving him around, giving him one look, and then maybe motion him away from that side and seeing if they can communicate on the fly as well as we can motion.
So looking at the tapes you've seen so far about Detroit's defense, what kind of way would you describe them? Opportunistic, physical? How would you describe what you've seen?
Yeah, very physical, high energy group. You can tell that they play with a chip on their shoulder, passionate guys that rally to the ball. You can tell that they have a mission, they have an identity, and they stay true to it. Hell of a defense starts with obviously that rush up front, and then they got some great group of backers, and then some good secondary players. So we've got some matchups we want to take advantage of, but that's a group that we've got to make sure that we're taking care of the ball, being smart with the ball, not giving them opportunities, whether it be the tip passes, whether it be the sacks, and stay ahead of the chains.
How do you describe the juice you get from the home crowd?
It's hard to really put that in comparison, I guess, to being on the road. In a sense, I do tune a lot of it out. I have to, right? But when you score a touchdown, you have those big plays, those moments, you feel them, and it's hard to even put in words what that does for you, what that means, and that's a little bit of what we're trying to create within ourselves when we go on the road.
How important is Tyron Smith being out there? You talked about timing, Miami's pass rush getting going with the CD disruption. How important is having him out there in terms of maintaining that consistency with him and in the offense?
Yeah, it's vital. I think you can go back and look over my 8 years here. I'm probably a better player, and we're probably a better offense when that guy's out there. And he's a Hall of Famer, one of the best to do this, and been one of the best to do this since he stepped in the league. So credit to those guys that step in. Chuma coming in, you know what I'm saying, doing his job. But it's hard to replace a guy like that. So the confidence that he brings for not only myself but for the group is huge.
How much have you talked to CD about the reception record that he's encroaching on?
At all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Is this something you obviously want to help him accomplish, knowing that it's in that perspective?
How many does he need?
Like 3 or 4.
Oh, that's
5.
easy.
He needs 3 to pass.
He does need like
I don't even
179
think
yards.
that needs to be discussed.
First quarter.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy.
Hey, Dak, your rookie year, I'm sure there were veterans around here that said, hey, make the most of this opportunity. You don't know how much it's going to come around. Now that
Yeah.
you're in year 8, how much has that appreciation grown at all?
A lot. And now I'm the vets telling these guys that. Me and some of these other guys that have been here. I mean, one, just the turnover. I mean, there's 3 guys that have been here longer than me, and DeMarcus, Zach, and Tyron. So one, just the turnover, and then 2, after my rookie year, the way that wild phantom of a year that was, thinking, oh hell, this is easy. This is what the rest is going to be like. To be sitting here now in year 8, understanding that, you don't have these teams, you don't have these opportunities as often as you would think. I know we're all confident, believe in ourselves, but we've got a special group right now. Things are laying up for us in the right way, and we've got to make sure, as I said, we hold ourselves accountable, create some good momentum, be disciplined, and just really lock into this thing and make these sacrifices, because what we want's in front of us. So we've got to make sure these young guys understand that. It starts with us as the older guys, the veterans in the locker room, and make sure we take advantage of it.
All right. Thank you, Dak.
Thank you.